I'm so chopped. Man, I'm so chopped. Well. Here we are, where we are. Here we are back again with another banger for y'all today. And it's probably pretty funny when I lay back like that. Like I probably look retarded, but um, let me just play with this a little bit. I think that should be good. But I haven't even checked any of the streams to see if my quality is good, but who cares? Let's go into. Let's start with. I guess what happened today. So I. Oh, join the leap. Whoa. Come on, we gotta get top 50, bro. The last one was insane. Oh, I thought. Wait, on top of that? Wait, why is it $84? Whoa. That's that's a lot. Wait, check this out. Bro. Wait, check this out real quick. Billing history. What? They increased the price by almost double. The last 2 years? What the that makes me want to cuss. But I don't really care, but that's crazy. $7 a month now? It used to be 4 because for the year. But damn. Damn, son. Wow. What the heck, bruh? That's stupid. That is stupid. That is very stupid. Let me join this. I don't even know if I want to do the leap this time though. Maybe I'll just join it and put max calls on everything. But one sec, because I'm just gonna real quick. I told my friend I would send him. Damn, like $3 to $7. It's not. It doesn't seem like a lot until you talk about the percentage. That's a 75% increase. Markets, products, market data. That is really stupid. Wow, I'm just That's sad, but whatever. Let me email myself this real quick. But don't you worry, this one's gonna be a banger. Just bear with me for the first couple minutes. Okay. So, again, let's go through today. Whatever, but yeah, I did a little oopsie today. We had a negative trade. And I guess I'm eager to go to it's not even the end of the world. I'm not mad at it. I guess okay, let me go into the trade review real quick. I need to transfer all of this. When is expiration? Yeah, I would like to transfer all of this, but not tonight. Anyways, let's just see this trade. I don't know why it does that, but reset it. So I bought here 4.7. Again, same thing as yesterday where this is the first fair value gap. Same thing as yesterday where I waited. I should have bought here, but I didn't trust it. So then I should have bought here at 638, but then I ended up getting it at 678 or 648. And then I got stopped out at the bottom of this candle for about 43 points, 43 and a half points. And looking back in hindsight, this was a great short. Here's where as complex as it is, it becomes simple. So I lost money today, but that's it. I was done. I don't have any revenge. You have to be guided by the right. You have to have the right target, the right end goal for this all to make sense and for this all to work. If you don't have the right foundation, the right reasons, if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, why you're trading in the first place, if you don't understand any of this, then you're just gonna fail. And until you can assess the foundation, assess the base, assess the why, all these things, then you're just kind of, you can learn, and I'm not saying you can't, but until then, you can become the most successful person. And this is as broad as it gets. It can go for just trading. It can go for anything you do in life. If you don't have your objectives defined, if you don't know what you're doing or why you're doing the things that you're doing, then that's a problem. Then you get caught led astray. You get tossed to and fro because your foundation is weak, because you don't really know what you're doing. You don't really understand it. So, like, it's like a hindsight, like, the I don't know what I would call it. The perfectionist, the always wanting to be right, that part of me, I never want to see a losing trade again. That part of me is like, yeah, wow, I can't believe you really bought up. Like, look how wrong you were. Like, you bought up in a little swing, which was actually 100 points in 10 minutes. Then we had over 200 and 250 points go in less than, let's see, 10:04 start, 9:49, 15 minutes. We had 260 points ran. But I can say, oh yeah, look, wow, you really bought up. And look, it went from 822 to 200, over 600 points in price action, and you caught negative 40 on the upside. Now make that make sense. And it's like I'm not worried at all because okay, here's what happened in my mind today. A few things happened. Okay, so I bought here, and I think there's a couple things that I'm thinking right now. Either the one contract is exactly what I need to be doing, or I move up to 2 contracts. So here's the reason why I say 2 contracts in my head would be better. Because just as it's like I can see myself when I'm trading 10 contracts. I put in maybe, if I feel very convicted, I'll put 6 on here, then maybe another 2 as it goes down, and then maybe I'll wait for another win, and then boom. Or, here, okay, boom, here, like, say I'm really good, I'll put like 4 on here, then maybe another one here, then another one here, then I'll wait, and then put some more here, and it's like, that's how big money does it. That's how the algorithms do it. Is it's not just one final buy and one final sell. And it is true that if you bought your entire position here, you would make a lot more money than if you added here and here. If you just did, yeah, I'm gonna trade with 10 contracts today. Let me just put all my 10 here instead of distributing it. But the fact is, you're not always gonna be 100% correct. The fact is that it just feels better in my head because I'm thinking about, okay, say I traded 2 contracts and I was scared to get in here because I only have 1 shot and 1 kill. So to an extent, I'm still kind of making it a little hard on myself because say I'm trading with 2 contracts and I put 1 here and then it fails and I lose however much. Then I only lost half of what I was originally out, half of what I was willing to put on. And it's also helping me learn to trust this and not wait for more confirmation because instead of buying on the down close candle, I waited for it to stop and then go. So, and I feel like the one contract, and this is not about like me, making more money or whatever. There's still a lot of things I have to define. For example, like on one contract, I lost today. Tomorrow, if I wanted to do half leverage, I can't. I literally can't. I'm at the absolute base. Right now a 40-point stop loss. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. Look, 32 points. But the range, 40 points, 26 points, 25 points, 15, 22, 24, 34, 39, 29, 31, 25. These are huge. 36, 52. I mean, monstrosities. Look at that. 39. Like, these candles, and this is a 1-minute chart, for goodness sake, Lord have mercy and forgive us. Wow. Think about that. Think about how insanely volatile the market is. And I was just saying is, you think about how the real margin right now for a mini, what is the margin? I'm searching it up right now. Look, I think it's like 26,000. Bruh. Let me look, let me show you. 1 micro is, oh wait, I think I did 500. A 1-to-1. Okay, there's no way. Oh, okay. Wait, I understand now. It's 2 because it's just 2 of this. I think, bro. Oh, Let me just. Sink or swim contract price, margin price for NQ futures. 22,000. Let's see. Let's just see pricing. And I'm getting stuck on this because it's pissing me off. Whatever. Where did it get this from though? I think it's a 24,000. Yeah, I think it's 24,000 for a contract right now. So that means if you have $100,000 account, you can only trade 3. Or if you have $105,000, you can trade 4 contracts. 4 contracts. Like, so what, back to what I was saying, like a 15-point stop is, or like a 10-point stop on NQ is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. You can't. 20 points, 1 candle and you're done. It has to be very precise. 40 points, yeah, now you're talking. Now that's like a range that it's a lot, but also it delivers just as fast. It deliver 50 points just as quickly. So okay, there's a couple things. A couple things that okay that I need to make sense in my head because so what's more beneficial? For me to respect the rules that I have, which is 1 trade a day, no matter if it's a loss or a win. Or if it's a loss, I could go half leverage. So max 2 trades. But I can't go half leverage for this, so here I am. And it's like, okay, yeah. So if you go back into the live from today, exactly what I was saying is, okay, so I bought here, and let's just forget about ideal entry, all of that. We're just learning right now. We're practicing. We're getting more used to it. It's part of the process. I buy here, and 647, and within the next minute, I was at 668, which is about 21 points relative equal highs, and I saw ES make that. So this is what's happening live. So I see ES make that. I see we take out those relative equal highs. I'm like, okay, bro, I'm literally about to get effed up because this is a signature sell. It's literally a signature sell. It cannot get more beautiful. It cannot get more practical. Like this is if this was my trade, if I can have one trade ever, it would be literally an SMT divergence coupled by the other going to 930 fair value gap. It cannot get more perfect than that. But this is what's going on in my head is I read Adam Mancini's letter and he's telling me how, yeah, the market is just predisposed to go higher. And I believe it. I believe it. Then you have, okay, I was in a trade. Even though I had a little bit of bad entry, I'm just going to put my stop and I'm going to respect it. I'm not going to try and move my stop. I'm not going to try and move. I'm going to try and get 50 points because 20 is too little. Maybe it'll squeeze. And it's like, yeah, maybe it'll go lower, but if it doesn't, then I'll get mad at myself for not taking off the stop, for taking out my position. So I think there's no set in stone answer for right now. I think just to get used to being in a trade, to putting a trade on, and to not second guess myself or scare myself out of a trade. I think it is, though, like on paper it was the worst, um the worst outcome. I think this is exactly what I should have done, which is, it just seems like it's contradicting itself. Because how could, if I telling myself that I'm talking myself, yeah, this is a perfect sell, then why don't I completely just sell there? I could have had 20 points profit, and I could have sat on my hands and just watched it go. Or I could have reversed it. Or I could have just waited a little more and then boom, and then sold there. Because let's go, because another thing that I was saying is, okay, on the 1 minute, I told myself, okay, this was a 1 hour fair value gap. Look, we come below it, then where's the 50%? 50% is right here. We're nearing the 50%. ES has, okay, so this was kind of the narrative that so overnight we have, so first of all, oh wait, okay, so this is where it got like, this is where I could see why I took the trade, but at the same time, I still think the shorts were more overpowering. But with the current things that I was thinking, with the Adam Mancini saying he only goes long and stuff like that, I'm gonna leave that because that's like 50% perfectly. Same with that one. But just remember, there's relative equal lows here, here, and here. So this is okay. Then on the 1 hour, you have this gap, which I said, okay, if we were really bullish, first of all, we retested it twice, came back, and had 2 SMTs. If we were really bullish, because this is what ICT says, and I agree with them, because if it just makes sense, right? If we were really bullish and we come up here, we can come back below the daily low at 9:30 open, maybe a little bit, come back in the top half, maybe wick a little bit below and whatnot. But you don't want to see us closing below the low here. You don't want to see any of that. And it did. I mean, dude, it's just a monster of a day. But anyways, but it did. And that was me being naive. But then at the same time, that's where it does get a little bit tricky watching it live, because in hindsight, yeah, but this is what's happening live. It's like, okay, you see that, you're like, okay, it goes below here. You know what? I'm fine with that because there's 3 relative equal lows. And what does ICT say about relative equal lows? But the only thing that that again makes the bears win this one is, look at the high we went up here. Look how we closed. And look at ES, all of this. First of all, NASDAQ came here and was above it, but ES was below it. Now, if ES is below it, you have to think a little bit. ES is below it, and we have a 4-hour SMT on the higher time frame. But then we have a double SMT because we have higher highs, lower lows, lower highs, higher lows. So it is a bit tricky, but I do believe that there's a way in which you could have caught this. And say you, like in the future, I could see myself, okay, wait, I could see myself doing exactly this. Say for whatever reason, whatever was on my mind, I saw what happened. It took out the lows, then it made it again, didn't cross this, then it finally crosses that, does a nice deep dive, and then comes up, uses that, and goes. And then I see this, I'm like, wait a second. Maybe I get in here. Maybe I get in here. I'm like, wait a second. I can see myself. I take the same thing I did today, and I'm like, whoa, maybe it's gonna collapse. And immediately I trust myself so much. I've seen it happen so many times. That feeling, everything, because of time, because of experience, because of doing it, I know how it feels. So I'm like, I instantly reverse it. And I'm like, boom, we're back in business. We're back in business. Also, look at that. I mean, that's beautiful, beautiful. So we come up. Okay, okay. Also, that's nice. Order blocked, order block. Um, right. We come back now. 15-minute chart. 9:15 closes heavy below it. As soon as you see it close heavy below it, you're like, man, like, yeah. And then you see at 9:15 we close heavy below it for E-mini S&P, and we're also below that new week opening gap. And it's like, yeah, okay, at this point, like, it's gonna dump. Um, and then, so here's another thing that, okay, so, and then, yeah, okay, say, like, think about how good it will be in the future when this is, like, there's so many entries, it's insane. I could totally see it, okay, yeah, boom, I'm shorting because it's the consequent encroachment. I can see it going lower. That's another level of confidence. Now, that's another level of confidence that I aspire to reach one day. 100% I aspire to reach that. And then, so that happens. Then we open at 9:30. We don't get this until, we don't get our 9:30 opening gap until it's delivered. Same thing. We close below it, come back up a little bit, and we make it finally here. We go lower. I don't like that, my bad. We go lower. And I'm just thinking about, okay, this is where it gets, it's complex, but it's not. Because say you didn't catch any of that, say you were caught offside, but as soon as that happens, or as soon as this, it closes below, boom, you can be short there. That's beautiful. And then it just instant, instant. So definitely gotta get used to those instant ones where it's just like, bam, it goes and bam, we're off. You're just instantly in those. You just trust those so much. You just know. But it's like, it literally is a fair value gap. This is the same thing as it went in a fair value gap because it literally did. And sometimes it could stay a little more. That's why you put some right here. Then you see it's going already. Boom. I'm going to put some more. Comes here. But you're always trading like smart money. Okay. Say you don't even mind any of this. Say you have 5 here. That's 667. I'm taking one off below here. 587, which is insane. Just insane, the numbers. Then I'm going to take one off at the low. 512. Take one off at the consequent encroachment. Beautiful. See where it stops. Look. And tell me that's not algorithmic. 950. Boom. To 1010. We hit that. Come back. Another SMT. I mean, dude, I can literally see that. But the amount of confidence, the amount of just knowledge is, it's almost daunting how good you can become at this. It is like, wow. And I say this like, it's really like, wow. This is so powerful. Then we come up to here, new day opening gap. I mean, you just can't get any better than this. New day opening gap. We touch it, then we come close a little bit. Boom, you're short again there. Boom, collapses right through. This was a 4-hour fair value gap, I believe. Collapses right through again. So right now we have 1 off, 2 off, 3 off, and then boom, 4, right? And then here, 50%, you could do 5, or there, which is that weekly wick, which is literally 1 tick away from being the low of the day. And I think that was like the most beautiful price action. Oh, I can't even describe it. Like, I genuinely can't even describe it. Like, I can't. That wick right there. Then that happened 12:15 and we hit and I didn't even look at ES. ES hits that's a great one. The midpoint of this inversion fair value gap. That's beautiful. That is really beautiful. I like that a lot. And we go into here too. But let's break down. Okay, we come back 9:30. Also, if you see, okay, right here, look. It's another tipping of the hand. And it's another reason why you don't get stuck on the lower time frames too much. And you're always constantly shifting. It's but then when you're in the morning, it feels like there's nothing for you to do, but there always is. There's always something you could do, but at the same time, it's simple. Market's gonna go up, or it's gonna go down, or it's gonna chop. And right here, so 948, 949 closes, and look at this. Because I had the option in this candle right here. It came down here, then it came up, and I could have taken it out again. It gave me one more chance. And I think if I had the 5-minute chart, I would have done it. But look what happens. I mean, oh, dude, I'm literally like in disbelief at how beautiful the charts are, which is why, okay, someone like Adam Mancini can provide me information. Like he told me, yeah, what he was saying, yes, since April, we've been in a buying market and every single dip. It's good to know because ICT says the same thing. Yeah, this is literally how big funds and institutions, algorithms, everything. This is how prices run. In a bull market, when the price goes down, every smart money person is buying every order block, eating it up. But anyways, so look, it closes right below. That's the 5-minute. That's not a 5-minute. Then it comes back to 50%. Oh my gosh. Comes back to consequent encouragement and just boom. Then it comes here, boom. Takes out lows, boom. To the top, boom. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Then this is what happens at the 15. So you kind of just, I'm actually creaming. I'm literally creaming. I can't do this. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It almost makes me feel like I'm not supposed to see this. Like, it makes me feel like the fact that I could see myself calling every single move that happened is insane. Okay. So, we finally load here, and this area, I'd say, is probably the most gray point in price action. It's probably the most gray point in price action. Okay, how do you know that it's topped or it's bottomed here? Comes down, let's look at the 15-minute maybe, provides us, comes to the consequent encroachment, but that you think, man, it's gonna go again. I think it's time. Because we end this at 11:45, by lunch. Then lunch comes, we take it out, come back, make some relative equal highs, and then lunch ends, and I'm just like freestyling right here. But lunch ends and boom, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, baby, we're back in business." Comes back, takes out these stops, comes into the order block here, and on the 5-minute, very beautiful. We come into the lower half of we completely fill this and leave this open, and then we take out a swing low. 2022 model, take out a swing low. We come in here, the bodies are just absolutely respecting the 50% of this to perfection right there. Look at that respect. Then you have this boom drop, gives you one more chance to get in, and then sells some more into here, and now we're just in here. So, what's the plan for tomorrow? Because I can digest this information so well, but the real money, the real is trusting it so much that you predict it. You trust it so much that you predict it. And that right there is, oof, it's like a different level of faith. It's a different level of belief. It's a different level of confidence. I think th- I I I love life so much. It's not even funny. It's incredible how great it is. My mind is like having an orgasm right now. And I want to convey everything. It's so beautiful. The fact that everything is connected in life. That's why once you realize that, you're comforted. Like once you realize that, it's just like getting hugged from the back, and it's like an absolute reassurance that everything is gonna be all right. The evil, I don't think it's meant to be understood. It's simply put, it's evil. That's it. Like that's it. Simply put, man. It's just definitions of it. What does it mean to be good? What does it mean to be perfect? What does it mean to have faith? What does it mean to believe? What does it mean to be bad? What does it mean to be angry? All these things. But anyways. And it's so great because it's all related. If I'm working on a house and I'm doing electrical, it's related how I act there versus how I'm on the charts. It's related how I drive. It's related. And the epitome, the pinnacle of man, the essence of man is control and confidence. It's control, confidence, and a sense of a sense of like it's like everything's just gonna be all right. It's a sense of peace. A sense of peace. It's controlled. It's everything's gonna be all right. It's just the essence of man. A man who is really a man, he is not bothered by these things. He is a rock. He is a firm foundation. And that's me. It's 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 indescribable. It's indescribable. And it's just that good. So on to tomorrow. Okay, so and dude, I think that's great, man. Because even if we have topped, think about it. Woo! Even if we have topped, dude, remember what happened here? Remember? Sorry, I didn't mean to keep messing with the mic, but let me just refresh the memory. This is what happened. Almost 2 months until we finally dropped. Why? Of course, because of an SMT. Dude, and that's when I left. But wow. Wow. You know? And whoa, I'm kind of looking right now. Okay. And from April, we had the same thing. But then August, we had quite a bit. Wow. Last year was quite interesting. I remember. Um, and I still think before we have a fat retracement, we can hit 7,500. But man, if we, this is a process of learning that is always just so great, but it's also like it's inspirational, but at times it's like wow, there's so much to learn. It's awestrucking, funny, but remember this is what happened. So if we really topped, this is tricky, man. This is really tricky. I really would love to perfect something like this. Something like this. I really would love to just really. That's like, man, if I can get in sync with that, because, I remember this one too. Look, we have an SMT. That one's just picture perfect classic. But this one, we do have an SMT. But it just like, why would we go lower here? But nonetheless, we do. And there's a lot for me to do. But like, look here, August 15th to here. Well, I actually did get caught here, I remember. Low 2025, 25. So we did take this low out. ES didn't. And then we just splurge. But nonetheless, like, okay, right now, it's like, okay, we just see, this is why it's not like as hard as like, yeah, you have to predict and know where it's gonna go. And it's not like you don't have anything to work around. You have a lot to work on. I'm gonna let I have ribs cooking. I'm gonna let them cook a little more. Nope. So it's not like we have zero information. So for right now, I'm gonna continue to see as long as we're below, like realistically, as long as we're below this consequent encroachment, I'm bearish. As long as we're below this consequent encroachment, I'm bearish. What we have, how we react in this fair value gap, how we react in this one, then we can see just because this is big. And there's so much at this point, there's so much stuff we can have on the chart. I don't even want any of it. But here we are. We have consequent. One second, I'm getting a call. Hopefully my mic was not muted this entire time, but one sec. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. But as I was saying, man, on the upside, it's gonna be easy to navigate the upside. Um, we just invert everything. But yeah, you see 50% here. I mean, technically, it can come up all the way here into this one. You don't want to see it. Like, if it comes, yeah, I don't want to see it come into the second fair value gap, but it can. And if it comes in here, it's fine. But ideally below this consequent encroachment, and I think it's this consequent encroachment. Yeah, right here. And then this right here. And then for downside targets, you have this low. You have the 50% here. Let's see, weekly, you have this, you have the open of this, which is that new week opening gap. And for ES, we have daily low here, daily low here. Same with here, which is 300 points away, totally doable for tomorrow. And then you got a wick. I'm just gonna outline some of these wicks. This wick, close enough. So yeah, this area just important, and that's why I'm saying, like, okay, you just have to kind of see, okay, like right now, like overnight we could just possibly tank a lot, um, because there's no reason not to. I don't see any reason. I still have to understand overnight and the timing of things, but I kind of see the market. It works. It runs in moves. Like, this is one completed move. So like overnight it started here, but overnight it went, then squeezed the shorts, came back here, and we just continued it. Then we finished it, retraced, and then we now started a new move. And it doesn't look like this move is done. And this is an entire leg, but this is also an entire leg. So wait. So I could just see it getting incredibly tricky, which is why you still, like, I mean, look, right now at 8:34 p.m., why is there a 20-point candle? That's trippy. One sec. Like, look at that, bruh. Crazy, crazy. Like, like the market is in its own mind. But see, this is the thing about runners that just, it completes the algorithm as a man. it just completes it. And I can't verbalize it why yet, but let me just make it make sense. So, during an overnight run like this, if you're positioned in your short here, you don't care. You literally don't care. It can go overnight, it can go session. But look, see, look at this one. This is a good example. Tuesday, November 4th. Boom. Then we finish it down here overnight, and then we come back, and now we continue it. And look, now we're about to take down the lows. And it's just continuing it because it looks like it's not done. And the runners, you say you entered a position here. You're still in your position. Like here, you're still in your position. You're not exiting. You're not exiting and entering every single time. So yeah, if you trade how like a day trader where you're just in and out every single day and you're not holding for large moves, then yeah, that's how it works. But think, big corporations, they're not holding just for a minute, there's high frequency trading algorithms, but big corporations, every single time it's happening, they're making money. It's going to complete the move. And wow, it's just inspiring, it's beautiful. And the aspect of there's so much that people just get deceived on. And I'm going to wrap it up here for the market review, but I'm going to talk about some other things that relate, of course. There's so many things that people get deceived on, which is things like, yeah, you have to, like, okay, so one thing I do want to learn is and interest rates and bonds, commodities. I'm sure there's a lot of technical behind that. Like, I'm sure Forex does correctly correlate to interest rates and all this good stuff. And you could say this, the stock market correlates to how well the economy is doing, but that's not really true at this point in time. Um, but I do want to learn more about the market like that, like bonds, um, the dollar, forex, and interest rates and this type of information because it would be good to know. But yeah, anyways, I don't know what I was trying to say with that. But here we are. Here we are. And I made this portfolio based off of one of Alex Becker's um let's see if we can edit this. No, never mind. Customize. Only 60 day. It only goes to 60 days. But that's fine. Um I mean look at that, dude. Just in the past 7 days down 7, 17, 22, 37, 34, 25, 50, 28. And then I'm just gonna show you like some of the max. This one's up 282% max. Oh, yeah, it's already good. This one's down. Anyways, most of these coins are down 80% in the last year since he said to buy them. Like it for me right now, like long-term investing and compounding and all of that, it's like it's good. But first of all, right now I don't have any capital. Second of all, right now, like yeah, I could in theory I could just invest whatever money I have right now and get ready cuz to know how to do it, but I already know how to do it. Like I don't really need to like invest in put money in these stocks that have high dividends, put money in these stocks that are ETFs, put money in the Magnificent Seven, put money in these sectors, then maybe have a little lower risk for these type of stocks, then maybe put 20% of my portfolio in crypto or 10% or 5%, and I'll put more money in like the trusted coins, and I'll just put a money that I don't care about in these coins. Just like right now, I have nothing to be doing with crypto. Everything that I'm doing right now is just gonna build and relate to, like, I'm building right now. I'm building. I don't need to be making any big money moves right now. I need I don't need to do anything theoretically, whatever, whatever. But right now, what my plan of action is to just be a better trader, just be a good trader, and understand and learn and grow with the markets. So that pretty much sums up that right now, and I think I'm gonna end it here today. I'm gonna go eat my ribs, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm excited because the pressure's off. There's no time limit. There's no time constraint. If I have a losing trade, then it's not the end of the world. I don't have to beat myself up. I'm not crying over it. I'm not losing my entire mind over it. It's like, yeah, I do have to watch out for repeated mistakes and be attentive to that. But man, it's just really good. I'm in a really good place right now. I love where I am, and dude, don't tell me I was muted. I thought I was muted for a second. I was about to cry. Oh my gosh, I was about to cry. But I need to change the mute button. I'm gonna do that right now. But yeah, I'm just in a really good position. And if you told me a year ago that this is where I'd be, oh my gosh, I just would not believe you. So that's why you don't predict the future. You let God hold you in his hands and you let him lead you. And of course you take initiative and do your part. But that's the nature of the relationship. So I'm really thankful, yeah. Let's do it.